Good morning. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Hannah and I am going to bring you some messages to help you with something that is a little bit difficult at the moment. Might be something that you're worried about. That is the feeling that I'm getting. Your guides are saying that we are in control. You are a lot more in control than you might feel or think sometimes, but you do need to hear this, that you're in control. Your guides are not worried at all. They're very powerful, as are yourself, as is yourself. And you have a lot of strength within you. You have lots of beauty, lots of strength, these really strong characters within yourself that are fantastic, and you need to rely on them sometimes. We can all feel, kind of out of body with certain experiences, but they need you to remember that you're always here at the right time, at the right reasons. There's always something for you in every moment, and this will help you to ground a bit more than you are. If you start to go into why is this, why, these are kind of out of body questions, and it kind of pulls you into different spaces. But they want you to not ask why, they want you to accept that there's another meaning to this and to work through it in a very open place. If you feel angry about things, it's not only blocking you, but you are turning something that could become quite positive into a very sharp negative. And there doesn't need to be any angry energy around you. Angry might sound too strong. It might be more like frustration, like, just this kind of place where you feel like that's it, that's the lid. But Spirit is saying, we have a huge, space for this. Like, we're not at this point. So they're like, let's just not say that we are. Sometimes our words, again, they hold us to a place, and it can then feel a lot worse. For example, if you're going through a really hard time, but you're kind of, feeling very strong, and then someone comes and says, whoa, like, are you okay? And they're really, are you okay? You going through a lot. Are you sure you're okay? You kind of like this energy goes into, oh gosh, am I okay? And we need to have more balance in ourselves to then be able to say, yes, I am okay. But they don't want anyone to upset you, your guides are saying. It does feel very complicated what they're trying to get to, and ultimately I can see you relaxing, feet up. More time off would be nice. And in the same way, it's just not right at the moment. So they don't want you to be angry or worried about things. They want you to feel compelled to make changes that are here to help you, and to always have something to look forward to. You are, a star seer. You are someone who seeks happiness and fun. And so you always need to have something on your radar to look forward to. Okay. We are not in the wrong place. We need you to stay calm and work through where you are at. Your guides do want you to connect more to them. And if you want, you can ask them direct questions before you go to sleep and see what comes through in the morning, which could be a feeling. You might have a dream. You also might experience something the next day that really unravels what you are questioning. They want you to talk to them. And mediumship isn't something that you should be worried about, because your guides are only going to give you what you can accept. Sometimes it's really strong because we do need to make a change, because we can be under a lot of stress and there can be health things that go on. So sometimes it can be a bit more intense from them, as in you get a really strong feeling that you've got to do something, but it's coming from a good place. It's coming from a loving place. And what they are kind of giving you the gut feelings to do at the moment is right. Even if there's part of you going, well, that can't be right because my guides wouldn't be. If it's something to do with looking after yourself, they're saying, yes, do it. Okay, you have to work hard for what you want. There's no question about it. And when you're in that flow of working, it's good. Everything feels strong, in control, balance. What happens sometimes is there are lots of emotions that can come up and maybe kind of interfere with your processing. And what they are saying to you for now is to add in some relaxation. And I'm seeing you put in some headphones and just listen to the waves. That is something that really soothes you and grounds you. And aside from that, doodling is really good, or drawing, creating something very small, but it just gets you out of your mind for a moment and into your paper or into the now. Okay, there's a bit of writing to do about something that is on your mind, and it's not going to clear until you write about it. And I am feeling that there is something like on the front of your mind it's amazing. You're also like, oh my gosh. So write about it. You know, you're a kind soul. You're only going to write how you feel. We're allowed to feel how we feel. There's part of you that doesn't want to write because you're maybe a little bit worried about what's going to come out. But they want you to write. You're allowed to feel how you feel, and the reality is once you've expressed it, you might feel different anyway. No one is going to hold you accountable for feeling upset or afraid, or, you know, because you're human. You're allowed to feel whatever is going on. You're also allowed to accept that things might change and you're going to heal, and you're moving forwards. You have to put yourself first. They actually said yourselves, so it's likely you and your family. They're just saying be clear with your boundaries, look after yourself, keep being kind to yourself, and know when you need to come away from someone who maybe isn't got the best intentions towards you, but also towards themselves. If you're feeling that there's a bit of destructive energy around, I just feel you need to rest and not get involved. Okay, they are saying here that there's some games being played. It's not actually you, it's someone around you, and they're just saying that don't play anyone else's game. Don't get involved, don't answer their questions even, because you're getting involved. It does sound very serious, but of course, we are quite serious when it comes to opening up and trust and, you know, the vulnerable aspects of us. If someone's got a big problem, they come to you and you advise them. Whatever you say, you know, is quite big. So if you're unhappy about what's happening in the first place, they don't want you involved. And they're saying it's not something you should get involved in. And they're just saying to you, we have to stay out of the negatives. We have to stay in the light, in the positives, and accept that this is a place where you can help people from. And they're saying working through things isn't always the right way. I'm actually feeling like you have been giving some advice, and it's like it's just not going anywhere. It's not going the direction that you hoped it would. And they're saying for right now, it's the best thing to really draw back, you know, give support in the sense that you're sending love and light in your mind, in your thoughts, in your wishes, maybe in your prayers. And that's what is needed right now. Yeah, that feels like the shift that you're actually looking for. Okay. A big thing for you at the moment is that you need to be around people who are hardworking. You need to be around people who are very accurate and strong, is the message I'm getting. And if you're around people who are very ungrounded and very kind of lucid, this kind of energy, you're going to feel really overwhelmed when you do come back into a more grounded place, even though it can feel fun to be ungrounded and lucid for yourself. They're saying it doesn't have to be this way to get better, to get through things, and they do want you to find a new way of relaxing. It's interesting, but the waves of energy that are coming through, it's very much like a trance, which feels like I'm acknowledging that it's not the right thing for right now, and they want you to just let go and see what else comes through. Sometimes when you hold on to something so strongly, you actually block something else from coming in, and that is the feeling that I've got for you with this. So if there's something that really like takes you to another dimension, I just feel for a moment, just let go of it in that trusting that spirit and nature will give you something else more calm, and more accessible through general days. General aligning is good for you. There is a very positive outcome here for your family, and they are giving you lots of blessings, and they are putting a lot of protection around you and your wishes. They don't want you to answer to anyone who isn't very kind, isn't very nice, but they do want you to just let yourself have fun, enjoy this time that you have with your family. Things are moving forward, things are going in a good direction, and you guys are just like, let's just keep it this way. Let's keep things going in this direction and kind of not get sucked into anyone else's games or anyone else's negativity. They're like, you're going to have a lot of fun. Don't worry. Enjoy where you are. You're meant to be where you are. And let your guides help you with the rest. With this, I'm going to wish you an amazing day ahead. It's so lovely to speak with you today, and we're just sending you lots of light and wishing you a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day, rest of the month, and rest of the year.